MLB Network is your exclusive home for postseason baseball. It's Game 4 now of the American League Championship Series between the Oakland A's and the Boston Red Sox. Home side about to take the field. This place is jumping. Here's public address announcer Alex Miniak. And here's a shot of the Athletics starting lineup for this one. Mark, what's your take on him against one of the best starters in the game?
Well, Matt, the key for me to success for this lineup is they got to be willing to come through in big spots. They got to stick to the game plan. Somebody's going to have to get a knock with 2 outs and find a way to not leave base runners stranded.
Now at the plate, Ricky Henderson, and we are set for baseball here this evening. It's 2-1 to the A's leadoff batter. Two.
I think it's safe to say he wasn't ready for the fastball.
Yeah, and they set him up with that curveball on the pitch before, and that one, they just blew right by him.
And they could go either way now, I suppose.
Now a swing and a miss on the fastball. Then the leadoff man is set down here for the first out of the evening.
Boy, that's really disappointing for a guy that has wheels, right? All he wants to do is get on base and take advantage of the strength of his game, which is his speed. But with the strikeout right there, you can't get on first base if you strike out.
Standing in now, Eddie Collins. And he takes strike 3 called, and it's a pair of punch-outs that begin the ball game.
The main job of the number 1 and 2 hitters is to set the middle of the order up with an opportunity to do some damage. So when you strike both of them out, you're putting yourself in a pretty good position to make it through the teeth of the lineup without a whole lot of stress.
The 2-1. High and deep down the left field line. And that will end up a foul ball. Breaking ball swung on in the dirt. And the throw to first ends the inning. So a fairly painless top of the first. And now the Red Sox get their turn. No score. With that, here's how the hometown Red Sox line up in this one. Who's the one to watch, Dan?
Well, Matty, I'm going to be looking to see if that guy in the 7th spot can continue to stay hot. We all know he's just a great baseball player. He's one of the elite players in the game, and it's always a privilege to see him do his thing. Hopefully, he does just that in this one.
Now the 1-1 pitch. Swing, and he pops him up. But this will land untouched. The 1-2. And another foul ball.
Hey, if he's going to offer at a fastball above the zone, why don't you just continue to climb the ladder? Don't be shocked if he goes even higher with this next pitch.
Line towards center field. Simmons is right there, 1 down.
Well, this one was squared up pretty good, but just like pitchers give up hits on well-executed pitches, batters make outs on balls they couldn't have hit much better.
The 1-1. Pulled high in the air out to left field. Moving under it, Henderson, and he brings it in for the second out of the inning. And with 2 away now, let's give you a look at what's happening in the National League Championship Series, as they've got a good one brewing over there as well. So coming to the plate, Ted Williams. First cuts for him here with the bases open and 2 away. Tried to crush that ball, and now perhaps needs to shorten up with 2 strikes.
That fastball must have a little late life on it, because that was right in the wheelhouse, and he still wasn't able to get good wood on it.
And this is hit hard to the right side, but foul. Lifted down the line in left. And that will end up a foul ball. The next 3-2. This is pulled into right. Jackson will get there, and he puts it away to retire the side. Down in order go the Red Sox. Still no score. Digging in, Reggie Jackson. He'll get to take his first cuts here. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Good pitch there down below the zone. Got him to go after it. And set up behind the dish is Eric Summersgill as you see the rest of the umpiring crew there.
You know what, Dan? I'm always baffled when Eric Summersgill's behind the dish because he has a tendency to favor one side of the plate.
You know, that's one of the things I think pitchers get a little bit frustrated with the E-train at times. It's like, hey, if you're going to give me that inside corner, give it to me, but don't keep moving the dish around on me all game.
Still looking for our first hit in the ball game. Popped him up. Scott in foul ground, and he brings it in for the second out of the inning.
Batting fifth, the catcher.
Stepping up now, Mickey Cochran, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. And he lays off this one down and in for ball 2. No score here as we play inning number 2. High in the air into shallow left center. Yastrzemski is there, makes the catch, and the side is retired. A's are gone in order. So striding forward now, Joe Cronin. The 2-1 home is swung on and missed, and that's strike 2.
He came out of his shoes on that one, boys. I know he swung and missed it. We felt the breeze from up here, but if he gets that pitch again and catches it a grain low, we got action.
Skied into straightaway right. Jackson is after it, and he tracks it down. Nice play for the first out.
Batting fifth, the center fielder, Fred Lynn.
Striding in, Fred Lynn. He takes strike 3 called on the fastball. Couldn't pull the trigger, and there are 2 away. Next up for the Red Sox, Manny Ramirez.
Manny Ramirez.
Takes this the other way to right. Jackson is there, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. Red Sox go down 1-2-3. We'll move to the 3rd with no score. Striding in for Oakland, Frank Baker. He's the number 7 hitter, but he's leading off the 3rd after the first 6 guys in the lineup have been retired in order.
Yeah, it's been a great start to the guy on the mound. It'll be interesting to see if they can find a way to get to this guy before he really settles in.
From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. There's a swing and a missile sent out to center field. Lynn facing back to the track. On the warning track, he makes the catch.
Batting eighth, the designated hitter, number 6.
No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
That's a tough pitch to throw right there. That front door curveball just missed hitting that inside corner. That's a very difficult pitch. I'm not sure if he wanted to get that one down and away, and unfortunately that one stayed inside.
Had to sit back on the changeup, and he did a good job to get the bat on that one. Count remains 2-2. Now Now a swing and a miss here as he's down on strikes. So it's 2 up, 2 down to begin the third.
That strikeout was a real good example of a pitcher continuing to make a guy chase out of the zone. When you recognize a hitter is in protect mode, you don't have to come inside the strike zone. You could just expand further and further until he literally can't touch it.
The 1-1 home is in there for the second strike.
Boy, that's a tough pitch to take right there, right down the middle. But I think that happens when you're facing a good pitcher like this guy. The last thing you're expecting is one right down the pipe, and unfortunately, he let that one go, and he'd like to have that pitch back to take a good swing at that one.
Swing and a ball hit softly on the ground. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. Ready now, Carl Yastrzemski, 7, 8, and 9 to start the home third.
Not much going on offensively so far for these guys. 6 up, 6 down. We'll see if the bottom part of the lineup can get something going.
Well, the home crowd seems a little restless, so I'm sure they'd appreciate it. And he goes the other way as this is hit high and deep out to straightaway left. Not quite out of here as it's off the monster. And he is into second base with a leadoff double.
You could hear the solid contact all the way up here, and I thought we were going to have our first run of the game right there. Gets all the way to the fence, but it stays in the park, so he'll have to be okay with the double.
Coming to the plate now, Carlton Fisk, and he could give his guys an early lead if he can come through here. Now the 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed for strike number 2.
If you're going to catch up to a high fastball like that, it's all about getting that front foot down in enough time to allow your hands to start moving forward. He was way too late there.
Swung on, but it's pulled foul wide of third. Yastrzemski leads off second with nobody out. Hit in the air down the right field line. Jackson on the move, but it's over his head, and it hops the wall for a ground rule double.
Batting box.
Now at the plate, George Scott.
And this thing bounces over the wall, but I don't think it would have mattered if it stayed in the ballpark. Either way, the runner was going to score, and he was going to wind up at second. He drove that ball really nicely.
The 1-2. Hard hit ball to second. And that's the first down.
The batter, the third baseman, Wade Boggs.
Digging in, Wade Boggs, 0 for 1 here in the early going. 1 out and a runner on third. Popped up. Baker is there for it. And he makes the catch for the second out.
The batter, number 1.
Ready for another chance. Bobby Doerr. He flew out in his last at bat. The payoff pitch. Full count still. 7th pitch of the at bat coming up. Again, he sends it out of play. Grounded weakly down the line toward third, but this will get foul, so they'll do it again. 3-2. Out of the stretch, the 3-2 home. Grounder down the line at third. But the throw bounces on him at first, and the inning's going to continue.
The designated hitter, number 5.
Now the Red Sox DH, Ted Williams, trying to keep things going now with a runner at first following the RBI single. 1-1, here it is. Runners off for second. Strike taken, the throw. It skips in and he's safe. Close play, but he's in there.
Well, this pitcher's out there just trying to get hitters out, and he's having a hard time doing that. So as a base runner, that's a good time to try to steal some bases. He's probably not as focused on controlling the running game as he should be.
The 1-2. Runner breaks for third. And this is hit hard to the right side. Foul. Another 1-2. Pops straight up. Henderson moving in, but he can't get there, and it bounces over the wall. It's a ground rule double.
Number 4.
Hey, this guy's having a big series in the postseason. It looks like to me that the moment isn't too big for him. He's slowing the game down. He looks terrific.
Yeah, absolutely. Postseason monster right here, having a huge series. Any big leaguer can have their moment mid-May, but to do it when it gets cold outside means everything.
And now the runner's trying for third, but pulled in at the hot corner, and that ends the inning. So 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and a man left on. We're through 3 full here in game number 4. Stepping in, Ricky Henderson back to the top of the lineup as they're still looking for their first base runner in this one.
No doubt about that, Matt. They've yet to figure this guy out on the mound. He's looked great so far.
He has, but we'll see if this second trip through the order changes anything.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what kind of adjustments these hitters are able to make in the middle innings of this game.
And a fastball swung on and missed as they set him down for the second time here tonight. Next up for the A's, Eddie Collins. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Now the 3-2 pitch. Count remains full. And here's a changeup in there for a called third strike, and that's the second out of the inning.
Boy, it's been a rough go through these middle innings so far. This offense right now really doesn't have an answer for anything that he's throwing. He's attacking up, down, in and out in the strike zone. He's been awfully dominant up to this point.
Now to the plate, Jimmy Fox. 2 away in the inning, and Dan, it looks like this could be another 1-2-3 inning for him.
Yeah, he has really found a groove on the mound, and it's been impressive to watch. It'll be interesting to see how long he can keep this dominance up.
The 3-2 pitch. Back up the middle. Gore ranging up the middle. Throw in time, and the side is retired. A's are gone in order. Still down 3-0. Just about set to go for the last of the 4th. But before we do that, here's Heidi Watney.
Well, Matt, I talked with manager Alex Cora during the break about his thoughts on the Red Sox hitters to this point. And he was very pleased with how little they're swinging and missing right now. We looked into the numbers, and as a team, they've had a contact rate of over 85% in this game, meaning that when they swing the bat, they're missing the ball less than 15% of the time. To put that into context, the very best teams in baseball usually are right around 80% for an entire season. So at least for today, they're displaying an amazing ability to put wood to ball.
All right, thanks, Heidi.
Play ball. Your attention, please. Now pitching for Oakland.
The 1-1 home is a fastball that misses. Lays off the changeup, and he's ahead in the count now, 3-1.
If you're ever going to see a position player go to the mound, it's going to be in a situation like this. Get him to relax a little bit, focus on his mechanics, and get that fastball back in his zone. Can't allow this guy to lead off walk.
And the 5th inning will start with a ground out, 1 away.
The center fielder, number 7, Al Simmons.
Stepping into the box, Al Simmons. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Hitters count all the way. Here it comes. And it's up to a 3-2 full count now. A's still looking for that elusive first hit of the ball game. And now here's a ball hit pretty well out toward right center field. And he will make the play. 2 away now.
The catcher,
A look at our
number
line
2,
score to this point,
Mickey.
and I'm almost certainly
Not
jinxing
red.
things by pointing it out, but it's worth mentioning that 0 in the hit column through 2 outs here in the 5th. The 1-1 home. Here's a high pop-up. Boggs moving to his left, and that ends the inning. Into the box, George Scott. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. And he fouls this one off.
Play ball. 3.
Leading off the inning, Frank Baker, and they'll need him to get something going here.
This one doesn't look good so far. Down by a boatload as we enter the middle innings. It's about time they get something going, and the last thing you want to do is fall behind where you have to score a bunch in the 8th and 9th inning.
Fastball just inside.
Boy, good inside fastball right there. Trying to tie the hitter up, trying to keep him from getting those arms extended. A pitcher's pitch.
Throw to first gets him, so the leadoff man's retired here to begin the 6th.
When the guy on the mound is working on a
Number
no-no
6.
this late, every play is exciting and stressful for the fielders. We'll see if they can continue making the plays behind him.
Striding into the box, number 6 comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Takes a look at a changeup there, and it's a ball and 2 strikes now.
Nope.
And that's going to be high 2-2 now.
This is a big out to get right here. This is their best hitter. He's a great hitter, and he's a guy that kind of spark plug. He gets this team going. So if I'm on the mound right now, you really want to try to get this guy out to hopefully keep them from getting a potential big inning started.
Snatched out of midair at first base for route number 2.
Now batting, number 19.
Settling in now, number 19. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Now the 1-1 pitch. Takes a pass and misses. That's strike 2.
Wow, that was an ugly swing right there, and that tells us all we need to know. Nobody's picking.
And he struck him out. So it might be time to begin the countdown as he's now gone through 6 innings without allowing a base hit. A's are gone in order. Need to get it going soon. It's 5-0. Now batting, Frank.
Let's play ball. 3. Out. 4-4. Take the base.
So the Oakland lineup turns over, and to the plate, Ricky Henderson. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Sometimes you just got to tip your cap to the guy on the mound. He's getting paid to try and get you out as well. Anytime it gets up there north of 7, 8 pitch ABs, sometimes it just comes down to pure execution. Let's see if he makes the adjustment right here.
Lifted down the line in left, and that will end up a foul ball. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Another one sent foul. And he strikes him out here. So that's out number 1 here in the 7th as he continues to keep him out of the hit column. What's your take on all the strikeouts we see in the game today, Dan? That was his 3rd tonight, and it seems we're seeing that a lot more these days.
Yeah, Matt, there's been a real change in philosophy as far as hitting in baseball today. A lot of guys think now that an out is an out, a strikeout is just as good as a regular out, but we're seeing strikeouts at an alarming rate in baseball right now.
A ball and 2 strikes.
Well, he's done a real nice job with that breaking ball in this start. That's not the first time he's locked a guy up with it.
The 1-2. Still a ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 is looked at for ball number 2.
This kind of hitter right here, we call this guy a grinder. What are grinders? They just kind of foul off some good pitches. They lay off the pitches just off the plate. This is every pitcher's nightmare, a guy that's up there with a plan and not just up there swinging at anything that you throw towards home plate.
Ball 3. 3-2 now.
That was kind of a gift to the hitter. He's up there probably thinking of protecting on 2-2, but when you launch a ball that high out of the strike zone, it's obviously easy to take that one.
Another full count pitch on its way. Popped him up. Gore takes charge out there, and he stays with it for the second out.
The first baseman, number 3, Jimmy Fox.
Stepping up to the plate, Jimmy Fox. Just behind the fastball there. 2 strikes now.
I'll tell you, we're in the later stages of this ball game, but his fastball is still coming out of his hand with plenty on it.
And it's fouled away.
No runs, no hits, and no errors in the ballgame for the A's so far.
The 2-2 one more time. And he struck him out to retire the side, so he's through 7 complete, still working on a masterpiece. 1, 2, 3 go the A's. They still find Rick Honeycutt enters now in a mop-up role as he'll try to keep the deficit right where it is.
Rick Honeycutt.
Ready for another shot now, Reggie Jackson. We're in the 8th now, and nothing's changed out there on the mound.
Well, I've been very impressed with how this starter's going about his business, Matt. He's looked really sharp, and it's hard to know if it's had any effect. But getting that early lead from his offense could have really helped settle him in.
Got him swinging on the fastball there. Reggie Jackson goes quietly to lead off the 8th. Now at the plate, Al Simmons. It's been an 0 for 2 effort for him to this point. Swung on and missed. That strike 2. Popped him up. Scott has room in foul territory. 2 down.
We're getting into the nitty-gritty. That's the second out of the 8th inning, and the pitcher needs only 4 more outs for a no-hitter.
Ready once again, Mickey Cochran. Only 4 outs remaining for them to try and rally back in this one. The 1-1. Misses for the second ball.
These guys have got to be frustrated as an offensive unit so far in this one. They haven't been able to crack the code on their opponent, but it's not.
And we'll have to leave it there as the play is made here to end the inning. A's are gone in order. They won't make a dent in a 6-0 deficit. Now at the plate, Fred Lynn. The 3-1 pitch. Line shot to first, and there's one away.
Now batting, the right fielder.
Digging in, Manny Ramirez. And the slider gets him swinging. 2 gone. Striding in for Boston, Carl Yastrzemski. 6 runs, 8 hits, and no errors for the Red Sox to this point. Down the left field line and deep. And that will end up a foul ball. With this one almost in the books, the story was clearly the long ball. What are your thoughts on this offense, fellas?
Yeah, you ain't kidding, Matty. Dan, what does this feel like when balls are just flying out of the yard?
Hero, it's just one of those days when you're out there as a pitcher going, oh, I wish I was somewhere anywhere else but on that bump right now. This has the makings of being a long game.
Let's slow this one down and take another look. Great camera angle here, looking straight down the left field line. You see him take that inside route to the ball. His hands stay back, and he goes oppo to fight.
And the route is officially underway. It is 7-0.
What a frustrating inning from a pitcher standpoint, Hero. You get the first 2 out of the inning. The next guy doubles, and then you give up a 2-out base hit to drive in a run.
Yeah, and you want to talk about on the complete flip side, firing up an offense. You see your 2 boys go down, 2 quick outs. You mix in a gapper right there. Double finds himself on second base, and he's able to come through. Next guy's able to come through with it.
There's a swing and a high drive into left center field. Henderson going back on it, leaps high at the wall as he makes the catch. And he took away extra bases right there. One more time. Full extension in left field as he hauls this one in. More baseball on MLB Network right after this. Coming to the plate now, Frank Baker starting things for his side in the 9th as they face the improbable odds of trying to come back in this one.
Yeah, not a lot of hope for them at this point. These guys know these bats still count, at least for their own stats. You can't mill in your chances as a professional.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. Got him. So the magic number for a perfect game is now down to 2.
The batter, number 6.
Digging in now, number 6. 3rd trip to the plate for him here tonight. 0 for 2 at this point. Now the 2-1. 2-2 now.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Strike 3. So now he's 1 out away from perfection.
Well, you could tell by their approach that they're going to go up there and try to be aggressive off this guy, but he's taking full advantage of that. He's pounding the zone with strikes, and right now we're seeing a lot of swings and misses and a lot of strikeouts and no walks either.
Stepping in now, number 19. And he misses 2-1.
1 strike.
And this will be a called strike 2. And trouble now as they're down to their final strike tonight.
Great job on those last 2 pitches of varying speeds. Gave him a hard fastball, and then he locked him up with a changeup.
And now those that have stuck it out tonight come to their feet. Fouled off. Last strike now for Oakland. And this will miss down low in the dirt, so he's worked it full now at 3-2.
Well, he really needs to make this guy swing the bat right here. He's not the type of hitter you want to dance around with.
A bouncer up the middle. Cronin over to his left. throw in time. He's done it. A perfect game.
Yeah, you've heard when it rains, it pours. Well, it was raining dominance out here in this one. 27 up, 27 down, and he barely broke a sweat half the time. That's one of the rarest feats in all of sports, and I'm just excited I was here to be a part of it. Perfection is always beautiful.
One more look at the final line score there to see the great pitching performance that led his guys to the victory. And there's no better time of year to come up big for your team than in the postseason, and that's exactly what this man did. He's our top player of the game.
And obviously, every game is so important in the postseason. So when you come to play like he did and make a big difference for your team, it's something that won't be forgotten.
A 7-0 shutout final score tonight. The Boston Red Sox take a 3-1 series lead and now look to clinch. Cy Young is the winning pitcher of record. Catfish Hunter worked only 3 innings in the losing effort. So that'll put a wrap on things here this evening. For my partners Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, and Heidi Watney, this is Matt Vasgersian. This has been a special presentation of MLB Network. Good night, everybody.
Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 6 minutes. Tonight's paid attendance at Fenway Park, 37,755. We'd like to thank the Red Sox Nation for their continuing support and remind you to please drive home safely. Good night.